Thank you very much to each of you for being here today. Ms. Haines, I want to come to you. We've talked a lot about Ukraine and Russia this morning and appreciate your frankness in this. But let me ask you about Wagner and the proxies and what you're seeing not only in Ukraine, but also what you're seeing when it comes to Libya, into other areas, in the aggressiveness of the use of the proxies.
Thank you, Senator. We can probably go into more detail in closed session,
okay.
But I could just say more generally that we do see Wagner being used, in effect, in Ukraine. We see that that's
and how
something
about
that the
Africa?
Russians... Yes, absolutely. Wagner has been historically present in Africa, and it's a more recent event, obviously, in the current crisis that Russia deployed them effectively in Ukraine.
Okay. All right. General Barrier, do you have anything you want to add on that?
Senator, we track ISIS in Africa, Syria, other places. I think we'll get into a richer discussion on the closed session about Wagner operations in Ukraine. Sorry.
Okay. That is helpful. Let me ask you also, and by the way, thank you for the China map. I will say this. I think we could have a picture of the globe and say that is where China is seeking to be aggressive. It is something that is not lost on me, that they are anxious right now to expand their reach. But let's talk about DIA and how is the DIA collaborating with our allies and our partners to counter Beijing's cyber espionage operations?
Senator, we are. We're closely collaborating with our Five Eyes partners, in this case, our Australian and New Zealand partners, on this very issue, along with our partners over at the National Security Agency with General Nakasone. There is a concerted effort by the Five Eyes to understand these activities in cyberspace emanating from China. So we're working that very, very closely. We can provide more details in a close session.
And can you provide us with some of the lessons learned from the Russia-Ukraine conflict that helped to inform some of this work?
Cyber activity?
Yes, sir.
So I think the key there would be information operations and disinformation operations and their level of effectiveness on the Russian side, or ineffectiveness on the Russian side, and then looking at the level of effectiveness on the Ukrainian side. When I compare and contrast information operations, I think the Ukrainians have been much more successful in the information operations in space. Russians have had some success with cyber activities in the Ukraine, and I think the PRC and she are looking at all of that as they sort of unwind this conflict and learn the lessons from that.
And Ms. Haines, how is the intel community utilizing AI and machine learning as they look at applications, look at how Beijing is continuing to move forward? So how are you preferencing some of the new technologies that can help us in this effort?
Thank you, Senator. So we are using artificial intelligence and, in particular, machine learning across the board for our mission set. And just to give you an example of the kind of things that we're able to do with it, I think it has been extraordinary in terms of helping us with analysis, being able to focus in on certain data sets that we're able to effectively manipulate more easily and without as many human resources effectively to identify patterns. We're able to use that then, have analysts that are educated and experts take that information and use it in their analysis in different ways. We have something called an artificial intelligence unity project that is really looking across the intelligence community at different applications of artificial intelligence and machine learning, and then trying to leverage those so that we can actually allow other elements to build off of the work that's being done by, another element that they might not have thought of before, and also doing it at sort of a cheaper cost and so on. So there's a variety of ways in which we're doing it. It's hard to talk about it in an unclassified way, but we're certainly, this is a major area of effort and investment, and we can provide you with further details if that's useful.
My time has expired. I will come to you for a written response on the recent article that quoted a senior intel source saying they're about referencing the uptick in al-Shabaab activity. So thank you very much.